Um, Good day to every Nigerian. Good day to everyone that is listening to me again. My name is Kennedy Alade, and there have been series of posts that I've made in the last maybe close to a year, especially in regards to situation in Africa, situation in Nigeria, being the country of birth, and it's amazing how the people on the street, when I mean people on the street, I mean our mothers, our fathers, the children that goes to school every morning, the so-called educated that goes to work, the only work that is available, and the the college students that are the youth, like they are 18, 19, 20s. Election just came and passed in Nigeria. There was a lot of debate on social media. There were a lot of arguments. People were saying this person is better, that person is better. Now the election is over. And a friend of mine is that said, what is the way forward? What can we do from here? I remember during that election time, I was emphasizing that this is my ideology about the state of things in this country and how, based on the situation of things that we have experienced in the last 50 years, what is going to be the solution? What do we expect to be the way forward? And that is why one of the main reasons why I'm making this video. Again, my name is Kennedy Alade. The first thing I would tell everyone that is listening, that is hearing me these days, you will have to go back from community to community to change Nigeria. If the so-called elite fail to understand this, one day they will all be consumed by it. I tell people, I said, survivor is the only thing that is important to every creature. What I mean survivor, if you see a bird, a little bird that is flying, that bird wants to survive. If you see chicken, that little chicken in your backyard, that chicken wants to survive. When you see that chicken jump, fly to try enter your window through the door, try to find something to eat, all is because that chicken want to survive, needs survivor. Then, if you now see human being going from one level of sense to another level of reasoning, it means they have to survive. This is a country where, in the last 10 years, the population of people that commit suicide have increased, terrorism has increased, armed robbery has increased, a lot of negativity has increased. We produce generals that have never seen war. We produce billionaires that have never had a trade. We produce, politicians that had no ideology. We produce people that have no vision, that have no passion. We have education where people cannot even practice. I was talking to somebody last night. She was asking me what she has to do to get a job in the United States. She has been here 5 years. She couldn't get a job. I asked her, what did you study? She studied computer science. Okay, what is it? And she did her master's in Nigeria. Okay, what did you do? What did you? Lo and behold, my own conclusion is that the entire education in Nigeria has collapsed. We need a fresh brain. And these so-called professors kept themselves in those colleges in their 70s without new idea, without no innovation. They never create anything, they never build anything, they never form any company, they never create any innovation, they never bring any product to the market, and yet they are producing half-baked graduates to come into the labor market. What would they produce? Nothing. Now, that is by the side. Now, going back to the political terrain, it is when the urbans that are in the villages, it is when the man that calls himself the control of driver in those villages understand that the need for him to understand he doesn't have to support the tout, he doesn't have to be part of the hooligans that want to destroy the political path. until that he doesn't have to do that for him to survive. That the day he put himself back to the table for everybody, both the students, the mothers, the children, and everyone come to the table. And this must be a way, there must be a way forward. And the way forward first is this: we must first of all realize ourselves that the country depends on us as a people for us to be able to survive our existence as a nation. If we do not have that, my brothers, my sisters as Nigerian, my brothers, my sisters in Africa, I am telling you, we are going to the path where we might not be able to survive. A friend of me asked, a friend of mine asked and said, he said we don't need war, but people that have been killed within Nigeria, it's already getting so the population is getting so high. So what is different between that and war? My brothers, if you can hear me, the political terrain Nigeria is the easiest place, in my own opinion, and I can say it anywhere, is the easiest place to change the world when you have people that can think, when you have thinkers. Because the land is virgin, because the platform, the environment is there for us to build. We need thinkers, we need ideology, we need vision, we need drive, we need energy. We don't need people that are there that you think that you are following them, you are running after them because they give you chicken change. Because they want you to vote for them, they will give you, they will say, oh, don't worry, I will pump 1 million naira to your account. After 1 month, that 1 million naira is gone. They will come to the villages, so they will give villages 1 million naira for you to, keep back here. 2 million. You say that is money, no. Because one day, that money they are giving you is your money. Where are you supposed to be able to have a company supposed to work? Your children supposed to know, have the confidence that this is a nation that they are proud of, and they will be so confident in they have to such confidence in themselves that they say, oh, they are going nowhere. They have to stay to build this country. What are we running? Why are you running? Why are we denying ourselves? Nigeria is not working. If you are an APC supporter, Nigeria is not working. If you are a PDP supporter, Nigeria is not working. In fact, I want to tell you, there's no nation Nigeria. I always challenge the legal system, especially the legal practitioner in Nigeria. If you call yourself a doctor in law, you call yourself a PhD in law, you have masters in law, you have nothing. Why? You can take me to court, you can do whatever you want, but I'm telling you, why? Because in any society where there is no constitution, the first question you need to ask yourself, what are you defending? You claim constitution that is given to you by the military. When, as the people of Nigeria come together to define their own constitution, it has never happened. And you call yourself lawyers and you wear gown, you wear to the court, and you start defending. Or why? Because of money. And the call to our survival as a nation is the judiciary. When justice is served, when justice is given, is served, and an ordinary man on the street have the confidence in the justice of a nation, that is when we can move forward. Therefore, if you are a lawyer, if you are to call yourself in the NBA, Nigeria Bar Association, and you never see a reason why you need to rise up and say, okay, you will never attend court until the people of Nigeria sit down to draft our own constitution. Until then, you call yourself a lawyer. But if not, forget it. We don't have a lawyer. We don't have legal system. We don't have lawyers that are priding themselves. They are just stealing people's money in the name of quoting one stupid thing that happened in 1940 when Nigeria never existed. Quoting something that happened in Britain when Nigeria never existed. We are a sovereign nation. We're supposed to have our own constitution. So on that note, Nigeria is not existing. We are just a point on the map of the globe. We are just a point, Nigeria. Point. Now, second point, the ideology of a political elite that never have interest of the people will only consume themselves, because one day the people will know they will not be able to be suppressed. Don't forget we are black men. And one thing I want you to know, if they are using you as a tool to destroy, or a tool to cause havoc, or a tool to kill people that you can even do things better or do things well, your children will live to forget it. You live to remember that you are just a vagabond, and they will grow to become vagabond. But one thing I will let you remember is this, that in any society where people are the core of the development, it lives forever. It lives forever. I don't want you to copy United States. I've been in this country for close to 8 years. I just said you copy United States. Let's build our own way of democracy. Where people from community to community find their own way of life, govern themselves, what is supposed to govern them, where we enlighten our people, where we give them understanding of a sense of democracy, where we give them understanding of why they need to rise, why they need to stand up and fight against people that are not for them forward. Where we need to stand up together as people, where we need to challenge the authority within and outside that are making us to be slaves in our own land. Where we need to come together as people, where everybody will have a single goal. What is the goal of building a nation? A single goal of building a country. A single goal of lifting the banner of Africa. That is only one way. And when these people within each community, doesn't matter how small the community is, when they decide and design their own way at which they want to be governed, every community, the community will do that. So it's going to be difficult for someone to come from another community to come to my community and come and be doing whatever he likes. No, because there is a constitution that guides my community. And that constitution will be under the umbrella of the national constitution that nobody can change, because it is designed by their people. This is the way we want it. If you want to come and run business there, you run your business based on their constitution. Just like in the United States, typical example, every state have their laws. Every county, every local government, every city have their own laws. You cannot change it. Yes, they bow under the national law. They bow under the national constitution that was written by the people, for the people, and by the people. What am I saying, Nigerians? It is until you know this. It's not until 4 years' time, when they started election in 2023, all of you started shouting, crying. They have never been doing it right. They have never been doing it right. Don't you know? If you don't know, I am, by the grace of God, I am from Okigwe Akoko in Ondo State. Professor Arewa left Nigeria because of corruption in Nigeria. Professor Arewa was one of the first professors in Ondo State, or in Yoruba land, let me call it that way. He left Nigeria because he felt, betrayed in a political, position, and he left. Has it changed? No. So it has never been straight. It is now time for every one of us, including myself that is talking to you, to say, okay, my brothers, my sisters, what is the way forward? The way forward is to encourage ourselves to understand, enlighten the young ones that are growing up, that corruption destroys a nation. Not just individual, not just a family. It destroys a nation. Corruption destroys lives unborn. Corruption consumes the soul, the body, the life of unborn children. Ohun tá a bá ṣiṣẹ́ fún, olóńpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni. Either you like it or not, or what Abiola brought together directly or indirectly, somehow, where is it today? It's gone. And where are the children? Their name might not be heard. I bow to the elders. I respect every one of them. But I want them to remember every elders on the street in Nigeria. Every elder. Gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ jẹ́ àgbàlagbà. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ rántí. Lè máa lọ bí eléyìí. Ìyá ń sunkún, ọmọ ń sunkún. Bàbá náà ń pariwo pé ọ̀nà ọ̀dà wo la fẹ́ gbé gbà. Àfi tá a bá padà sí orí ojú pópó kan náà wò pé ibi tọ́nà gbà rèé. Káyé fọ̀nà sílẹ̀ ká máa wọnú igbó. Àní bá fẹ́ ṣe dá ń tọ́ra wa jẹ. Ẹlẹ́ni tó kówó oúnjẹ tó ti kówó oúnjẹ fún ọdún mẹ́wàá ogún ọdún ẹni tó máa ṣe sí. Ìgbà wo la fẹ́ gbọ́n? Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, ìgbà wo la fẹ́ gbọ́n? Ẹ̀yin ọmọ yín lọ léèwé, ó parí léèwé kò ríṣẹ́, inú yín dẹ̀ ń dùn. Ẹ̀kọ́ gbádáwọ̀, ẹ̀ ń lọ pátì. ẹ lọ ń ṣègbéyàwó, ẹ ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀, ẹ padà sílé ẹ̀ ní rí gàrí, ẹ gàrí lásán ẹ̀ rí mu. Ẹ̀gẹ́ ò sí lóko mọ́. Ọ̀nà tí ó yẹ kí ẹ gbé dóko, ojú ọ̀nà ò dára. Iná ta tí ẹ̀ ń rí tí lọ́jọ́ àtijọ́ a rí iná mọ́. Omi tí ó yẹ kí ó wà, omi ò sí. Ẹ rò pé kò sówó lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ni. Ẹ wo ilẹ̀ káàrọ̀ o jíire. Orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ló lówó jù lórílẹ̀ àgbáyé. Ìgbà tí ẹ ò mọ ọ̀tọ̀ yín, ń fún wa ní ìwé ẹ̀kọ́ tó ń kọ́ wa, àbọ̀ ìwé ẹ̀kọ́ ni. Nítorí pé kí ni ohun tó ń fúnni lọ́gbọ́n tí èèyàn fi ń tún orílẹ̀-èdè ṣe, wọn ò kọ́ wa pẹ̀lú ohun tó ń kọ́ wa lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ohun tó ń fúnni lọ́gbọ́n tí èèyàn máa ń kọ́ nílé ìwé, innovations development and what is called nation building. We do not have such level of training. We are backing ourselves with inferiority. We are backing ourselves with information that are never valid. They wrote things to us and for us, and that is the only thing we have been using. And especially the people that are the foreigners, they never told us the truth. I've been outside Nigeria. I have seen far. I have understood this stuff. And I can tell you, everybody that come in Nigeria are lying. They are lying to us. They never tell us the truth. It's until when you know that no place is better than Nigeria, until then you know that we have no escape route. We can only stay and build. I was having a conversation with a senior colleagues at work, this elderly woman. The moment I told him that I'm going back, she was so happy. I said, I have the reason why I was born. I have seen issues in life, and I'm not supposed to be alive. But because I am alive, I must fulfill the purpose of my birth. And that purpose is to lead, to channel Africa back to the right path. He said that you join me, or you are against me. But if you join me, that means you need a future for your children. If you join me, it means you have a vision that can change the generation unborn for good. If you join me, it means our fathers, our mothers, we have reasons to continue to live even with their old age. They will not be saying, oh, I want to die, it's too hard. It's too hard, I'm too poor. Because we can create a new nation where everybody will be proud to be a Nigerian. I have dreams, visions that can transform the continent of Africa. I only need you that is hearing me. I only need you that have the heart of men, that can care for men. I only need you that does not believe that until you steal money, until then you can be rich. I only need you that only believe. Is that it is not until you go to that office and lie that you have this, you have that, before you can be prosper. Political terrain in Nigeria. Our people supposed to be empowered from community to community. So my friend, Nicholas, you asked me that question. Until you and everyone that can hear me understand that it's not because of somebody Babake at the top that can change Nigeria. No, it's not. It is when the people that have reached on the street have a change of mind, have a change of heart, have a thinking ability to know that all have to be well when I am well in my thought process. Nígbà tá a bá ti yí ìwà padà, tá a yí ohun tá a rò lọ́kàn padà, tá a yí ohun tá a fẹ́ padà, tí a ò fẹ́ owó ní wìrìwìrì, tá a fẹ́ owó òjijì, ìyá mi sáré fún mi kí sáré náà, sáré ra mọ́tò fún mi kí sáré máa gùn ún. Ẹ fún mi sáré kẹ́kìn fún mi lówó kí sáré kọ́lé kí ẹbí mi lè wà ńbẹ̀. Ilé tá a bá fi tọ́mọ èrè ló máa ń wó. Gbogbo ilé tí wọ́n ti kọ́, gbogbo ilé tí wọ́n kọ́, gbogbo àwọn tó kọ́ dà. Mo fẹ́ nìkan mo ní, I'm not anxious about a car or about a house, but one thing I'm anxious for is the development of ordinary man on the street. How do we bless them? How do we transform our generation? How do we create a new world where people can be proud of wherever they come from in Africa? Because we are the future. and start a change of mind today. So my friends, my family, my brothers, my sisters, it doesn't matter where you come from, they're from the north, from the east, south, or west. We need a vision, and that vision is our people must be the driver of our political terrain. Our people, doesn't matter where you come from, must be the driver. The federal down to the local is a failure. So we have to start from the community to the federal. So that is the only way out. I'm not interested in saying that, okay, what's it called? They are chanting the name. I'm not interested in those names. Let's go back to the root of who we are. Let everybody manage what they have. Let's make laws, rules based on each community, and let everybody be governed by that up to the federal. You are not the federal government president. Come to Ondo State and dictate what happened. No, but Ondo State have to be under the umbrella of Nigeria as a federal, because we control, we manage everything. Everything that has been done by the British, we will cancel them. It's not for us. That is the only way out. Everything that has been dictated by the Britain, by the United States, by the Russians, or by the Chinese, we eliminate them and focus on what do we need. We have people. We have population in Africa of 1.2 billion. We are assets. We are asset to the world, and the world depends on us. Everything I tell people in the United States, everything that built this country is taken from Africa. So what are you talking about? We really need somebody that can think to apply what we have to build our people and make us proud. Friends, we can do it. You just need a change of mind. Ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ̀gbọ́n, àbúrò, ìyá, bàbá, ẹ lè ṣe é nígbà tí yí ọkàn yín padà. Ẹnìkan wá fún yín lówó pé ẹ̀rẹ́ torí pé mo fún yín lówó ẹ lọ pààyàn fún mi, kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ pa mọ́ yín, ẹ pọ̀ mọ́ yín ni. Ìrandíran ilẹ̀ fi ń ṣòfò. Owó tẹgbà lánàá ńkọ́, ìtẹgbà níjẹta ńkọ́, ìtẹgbà lọ́dún tó kọjá ńkọ́, oríire ò lẹ́bi ṣe, kò sí. Ìrandíran máa tòṣì ní òun tá a bá ṣiṣẹ́ fún olóńpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni. Ọlọ́run á dá wa sí, Ọlọ́run á pa wá mọ́, á sì fún wa ní agbára àti ọgbọ́n àti ìmọ̀ láti tún orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ṣe. Ẹ̀sùn jòkòtò ká sì ní ìgbàgbọ́ nínú ara wa. Òyìnbó ò lè tú ìlú wa ṣe. Ṣínkó ò lè túṣe. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká tọ́ra wa jẹ. Gbogbo àwọn Chinese tó kó wa síbẹ̀ ẹ̀rẹ̀kún fẹ́ tú ìlú yín ṣe ni. No, they are stealing what you have back to their own country. Wọ́n kún nǹkan tẹ ní padà sí ìlú wọn ni wọ́n tú ìlú yín ṣe. Wọ́n ń kọ́lé fún yín, forget it. Because we are the people that can only build our own land. May God bless you. Thank you. Again, my name is Kennedy Adedotun Alade.